Good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Cameron Young. Thank you for logging on to this tropical update and QuickCast for Northwest Florida for June 19th, 2017. I know that a lot of you tune into these QuickCasts for forecasts. That's going to be down below my face here. And also you're going to see at the bottom of your screen a scroll going on. That's going to be the advisory information for both Tropical Storm Bret and potential Tropical Cyclone 3. We have a lot to talk about in this video. You're also going to see the alerts right below me that are in effect for all of the Northwest Florida counties from Escambia County all the way to Gulf County. So keep an eye out on that. And if you're not watching me on Facebook or Twitter, facebook.com/CameronYoungWX and Twitter at WX_Cam are the ways you can follow me. So let's jump right in. Right now on the satellite, you're seeing Tropical Storm Bret. It is near the southern Windward Islands. The center is about 125 miles southeast of Trinidad, and it's going to threaten areas of the north coast of Venezuela and the southern Windward Islands. Now, you may be thinking that these areas do get hit a lot since we see a lot of storms come through the Caribbean, but they really don't. They're actually quite far south and actually avoid most tropical storms or hurricanes that do come through. So let's check out the forecast path for Tropical Storm Bret. This is the 4 o'clock Central Time advisory. Has winds of 40 miles per hour, moving very quickly to the west-northwest at 30 miles per hour. Normally we see these things move at 15 miles per hour or less. So 30 miles per hour is quite fast for a tropical storm to be moving. The hurricane centers have been out there. They were able to find a closed circulation. Thus, it was potential Tropical Cyclone 2, now Tropical Storm Bret, and it's going to continue off to the west-northwest and gradually weaken as it enters the central Caribbean. So it looks like it's going to be dissipating before it has any threat of approaching the northwestern Caribbean or the Gulf of Mexico. So that's really good news. So now we're going to check out the main story here, which is potential Tropical Cyclone 3. I apologize, the banner at the bottom should say Tropical Storm Bret and potential Tropical Cyclone number 3. That has been updated before I made this video, so I apologize for that. But anyways, this is the GOES 16 satellite courtesy of the College of DuPage. It is worthy to note that the College of DuPage's display has a disclaimer stating that this satellite imagery is non-operational and experimental. However, it is providing a fantastic view of tropical cyclone or potential tropical cyclone number 3. You can see the swirl in the middle of your screen. That's where the center of circulation is. But you notice all the cloud cover is off to the east and extending well to the north into southern Alabama and southern Georgia and all the way down to near Belize in the northwestern Caribbean Sea. There is a lot of rain on the eastern side of the system, and it's going to stay that way pretty much until landfall. So when I show you the path, don't focus on the exact path of where this is going to go. Let me go ahead and go back to the path. So you can see the path takes it towards far eastern Texas and western Louisiana. However, most of the rain is going to be well to the east of wherever that center goes. So even if it makes landfall, say near Lake Charles, Louisiana, all the way in the far southwest corner of Louisiana, we're still going to get hammered with rain here in northwest Florida because all the rain is going to be on the east side. So don't focus on the exact path. We're not under a tropical storm warning here in northwest Florida, and that's because we're not expecting tropical storm force winds. That's all a tropical storm warning means. However, we are under a flash flood watch for all northwest Florida counties through Thursday, and we're talking heavy, copious amounts of rain, possibly up to a foot of rain in some places. So let's take a look at some of the computer models here. This is from tropicaltidbits.com. Great website if you ever want to look at the computer models. So we're going to take a look first at the GFS model. So this is valid at 1 p.m. Our time, and you see the low pressure center in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's got a lot of the rain on the east side, so it's got that correct. As we step it forward, you see the low is moving a little bit further to the north and west, but it's still dragging quite a bit of rain into northwest Florida. This is valid at about 7 p.m. I apologize if I keep looking off to the screen. That's where I see the better screen here. But you see a lot of rainfall coming into northwest Florida, just round after round after round of rainfall just pummeling northwest Florida. And that's why we have a flash flood watch in effect. We don't have the tropical storm warning because we're not expecting those high winds. We're just expecting a whole lot of rainfall from this system. Even the European model, which I can't show the precipitation for it, but you can see the path, takes it off to the north and west. This is showing the winds at about 5,000 feet above the ground, so don't pay attention to the winds too much. But the European model has it coming in near Galveston and Houston. Even though it's way off to the east, or way off to the west rather, we're still going to get quite a bit of rain here in northwest Florida, regardless of where this moves. So that's why the forecast confidence is fairly high in giving us quite a bit of rainfall. This is the GFS model. Now I've switched to pivotalweather.com. I apologize for the advertisement that's on the side of the screen. But the pivotalweather.com has a great color bar to show you the rainfall totals. And the GFS is spitting out a lot of rain. Widespread amounts of 5 to 10 inches across northwest Florida. I wouldn't be surprised to see some areas get over a foot of rain in the coming days. That's why heavy rainfall is in the forecast Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday across all of northwest Florida. And taking a look at the NAM model, a lot of it, again, this is indicating that the storm can make landfall further off to the west. So the heaviest rainfall axis shifts a little bit further to the west, but still, we could be talking about quite a bit of rainfall, and it's impossible to tell you exactly where those heavy rain bands are going to set up this far in advance. Wherever they do set up, that's where you're going to get the heaviest amount of rain. And that's why we have the flash flood watch in effect all the way through Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon, depending on which county you're in. And that brings me to my next point. You need to know which National Weather Service office you're covered by. This is a map from the National Weather Service in Mobile. This covers the counties of Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa. Those are under the jurisdiction of the National Weather Service in Mobile. If you are in Walton, Holmes, Washington, Bay, Jackson, Calhoun, or Gulf counties, you are under the National Weather Service of Tallahassee's office. So you got to know which office you're paying attention to. Regardless, I do cover all those counties. But a flash flood watch is in effect for Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa counties through Thursday evening. Walton County and points eastward are under a flash flood watch until Thursday morning. So you got to keep an eye on where that cutoff is. So Okaloosa County points west with Mobile. Walton County points east are with Tallahassee. Regardless, heavy rainfall for the next several days, that's going to be the main threat. Also, high rip current risk, high surf, and also coastal flooding are all possibilities, as we're going to get strong southerly winds for a very long time. We're talking about 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, not tropical storm force, but it's going to be for a very long period of time, so that's going to be able to push the water up the shore. So we're going to have to watch for some areas of coastal flooding, especially in those areas that do normally flood. Like Perdido Key, for instance, is very vulnerable to flooding. Also some areas along Santa Rosa Island, maybe some beach erosion as well. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But the forecast is, in general, we're expecting about 3 to 8 inches widespread across northwest Florida. Isolated amounts of a foot, maybe even more if we get some of those really heavy rain bands setting up and moving over the same location repeatedly. So that is the main threat with potential Tropical Cyclone 3. If it does become a tropical storm, it will be named Cindy. So we have Tropical Storm Bret way out in the Atlantic near the Windward Islands, and now potential Tropical Cyclone 3 in the Gulf of Mexico. Prepare for some flooding and very heavy rain over the next coming days. I'm meteorologist Cameron Young. Thank you for logging on, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and stay safe and stay dry out there.